Hey, folks, Life Unscripted for you. It is May 13th, it's Tuesday. So I'm going to do a follow-up video if you guys haven't checked out, but this is a follow-up because we talk about being in position. One of the things we talk about being in position, important for a man to be in position, in the right position, to hear from God, and in the correct posture. And I started thinking about today that word position. Because to me, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen when it comes to men, us men, is everything is out of whack, out of position. I'm not talking about women right now, but when you look at men, you almost got to talk about women too. They're all going hand in hand, right? But part of that is the reason why things are just so out of whack. The Bible refers to the woman as a weaker vessel. We talked a little bit about that before on this channel, this platform, Life Unscripted View, but weaker vessel. The thing about that is, it was never meant for women to carry the burden of a man. It's never meant for women to carry the burden of a man. And what is a man's burden, by the way, anyway? I'm still learning what a man's total burden is. I'll say that. But I know a little bit. I see a little bit. And I'm going to drop this. I think one of the biggest things about a man's burden, which is overlooked by men and women, is the burden that a man positioning, meaning posture, thought process, focus, has to be in the present, and at the same time has to be in the future at all times. And that in itself is a pretty nice sized burden when you think about all the things that are going on in the life of households, in the life of men, in the life of children. That's a tall order. It's never meant for women to bear that burden. You know how it is. If you live long enough, women typically, are focused on the right now. That's what makes them really, really good, because they can see, the picture right now as it should be. And they can see it very clearly. A lot of times, more clear than what men can. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But it was never meant. Now, why did I bring that up? And now I'm going to say this because it's challenging and becomes really disturbing for some men. And I've experienced this, where you get stressed a little bit, you get bothered, you get a little bit really concerned because of trying to exist, speak, communicate, and do in the present as well as in the future. And we look for relief for that, of course, just like anyone else. But we tend to go to a woman for relief. And trying to dump, the pressures and the concerns of trying to walk this walk and trying to put these things together on her doorstep. And it usually doesn't go well. It usually doesn't go well. So the second reason I say that is because of this. When we were created with capacity. We were created with capacity. What capacity? Okay? Now we have to grow into that capacity. Now how do we grow into that capacity? We have to understand who we are, what we are, and whose we are. God is our source and resource. So when we talk about capacity, we have to make sure that we return to the manufacturer to show us our capacity. We return to the manufacturer to dictate and manage our capacity. Not anything external in the world, not our friends, not going to, the cigar lounge, and all of that is not going to do it. But we look for those things because they're tangible things to do.